2026 has welcomed us with quite possibly the biggest mystery the VTuber streaming niche has seen yet. Filian, the white-haired indie cat girl whose flips and jokes went viral over the last few years, has gone missing and completely radio silent since her last stream in December 2025. However, before her departure, Filian left her fans with a very cryptic and puzzling ending to her stream, where she frantically runs around her room and glitches out entirely by the end.
I didn't think it would be this soon. It's happening! It's time for me to go for a little while. I'm running out of time. I really gotta go.
For the keen viewer, there are a few clues during this sequence that eventually turned out to be a part of a bigger event of an alternate reality game, ARG for short, which fans are still trying to piece together and solve as of the day of this video's upload. It seems like every other comment section is filled with people asking about Filian's whereabouts, writing things like "I miss you," etc. And there is a ton of messages like that all around the popular social media platforms. But why are people even searching? What makes Filian so special everyone around her already misses her so much, even though she's only been gone for a few months? In this video, I will try to piece together the evidence surrounding the ARG and Filian's disappearance. But before we dive into every wild fan theory circulating the internet, let's get some context with a quick overview of Filian's career, her rise to popularity, and key factors why anyone is even looking for her in the first place.
What if I just went up to random people in public and just started making like indescribable goblin noises? Just be like...
Filian started streaming in 2020, but her first real popularity spike began in 2021, where she streamed herself interacting with people in VRChat worlds.
It is I, Filian the Destroyer.
Her mix of witty, on-the-spot improv comedy, her ability to do various acrobatics such as flips, cartwheels, and somersaults, combined with the willingness to topple herself over for the amusement of others, quickly accumulated her a dedicated audience and a steady growth. Around this time, Filian also teamed up with an editor, Suika, who effortlessly alchemized her streams into mountains of short-form content gold.
Say hello to my little friend.
At this point, she was still relatively unknown to the average person, so she could safely enter VRChat lobbies without being swarmed by fans wanting to desperately interact with her. This allowed her to set a solid foundation for content, and combined with her consistency and dedication to streaming as much as she possibly could, quickly gained her recognizability and popularity.
Bumpy.
The only thing that was still barring Filian from success was to grind, and grind she did. Over the course of the year, her average audience turned from hundreds to thousands of live concurrent viewers. Yet another factor that massively contributed to her exponential growth as a content creator was that at the time there was simply nothing like Filian. Soon, everyone wanted a piece of the Filian pie, and the solo adventure started to shift towards collaborating with other VTubers and streamers on the regular.
Fruit snacks? But I don't like fruit snacks.
Why not? With the awesome power of fruit snacks, you too can grow a full set of hair. Better yet, you might actually get some bees on your D, and perhaps fix the dent in your skull.
Filian quickly rose to the top of the independent VTubing scene in the English-speaking part of the world. In the next couple of years following the year 2022, Filian's stream underwent a gradual transformation in terms of usual content to the Filian streams we know and love today. Her outgoing attitude and personal charm meant finding friends and forging alliances came super easy. She always found ways to synergize well with whoever she invited on stream. She often did on-screen collaborations with several of the biggest names in the Twitch industry at the time, such as Miskiff, Emiru, Shy Lily, and would sometimes smash them all up into one big crossover episode. She also made long-lasting friendships in the community, including Lena Lazar, Chibidoki Pippa, and Vettel987, the creator of neuro-sama. The fruit of friendship was plentiful and oftentimes created exceptionally iconic moments, such as neuro-sama straight up giving Filian a new nickname.
I'd better go now before I get shot by a gun-wielding Filipino boy gone mad with jealousy and rage.
You think you're so cool, bro? Come over and fight me.
This type of content was perfectly aligned with the rising popularity of the short-form entertainment format, and soon, clips of Filian interacting with the internet personalities began swarming the social media platforms. She even managed to bring the attention of the big man himself, Twitch CEO Dan Clancy, and he fully embraced the opportunity to both hug and punch a virtual anime girl, all in a span of 30 seconds. This trend of Filian breaking the fourth wall with her avatar by reacting to the actions of an actual live person has become a staple. has become a staple of her streams and made for extremely memorable and unique moments throughout her career. Her going all in for the sake of making the experience believable was a true test for both her VR equipment and her surroundings, a test which a lot of her gear hasn't survived at all. Disconnected headsets mid-stream, destroyed controllers or broken walls were all acceptable casualties in the circus of Filian. She was always pushing the limits of VR technology, and the resulting jank that came with it,
I don't know how this junk works.
she welcomed with open arms. Her audience never failed to meme on any of these tech hiccups. I mean, who wouldn't want to see a cat girl do a 360 with her head, or do whatever this is? It was surely a refreshing sight for anyone brave enough to set sail into the treacherous sea of the co-op sausage Zerko fest that was
Well, what do you feel like doing?
You?
This is going great.
This careless stream era, away from the burden of fame, seemingly lasted a while longer for Little Phil. Almost all of the people she would get connected with were still unaware of who this white-haired anime clown girl is, often suspecting they are being targeted by some sort of online prank. Many of the strangers asked questions like, what the frick is going on? Is this pre-recorded? Am I seeing things? Some of them even had to go straight to the ER, after their jaw snapped so hard they will now have to live with a denture for the rest of their lives. Their smiles are a solid proof of Filian leaving a lasting impression, one that definitely drove a sharp hook into developing a curiosity for VTubing. But exposure to entertainment this fresh and new also came packaged with a horrible affliction. For all of the unfortunate souls that witnessed the catgirl phenomena would soon have to deal with the post-Filian neural implosion syndrome. Patients with said disorder reported very unusual symptoms such as a peculiar desire to purchase and consume obscene amounts of Welch's fruit snacks, use the word frick on the regular instead of cursing, or develop a sudden deeper calling to be an active cog in the VTubing machine. This debilitating, albeit non-fatal disease caused a lot of lost souls to get.
Filian was my gateway drug to the world of VTubing. I found her You Laugh You Lose clips. Then I found her fruit-flavoured Oh Frick, collabing with Pippa and then Bow, and then interacting with a bunch of others, and then looking at them, saw them introduce/interact with others. By the time I had watched all these clips, YouTube's algorithm said, oh, you like VTubers, let me introduce you to HoloLive. The rest was history. But it all started with Filian, and if I had to choose one, I think she'd still be my Kamiyoshi.
This debilitating, albeit non-fatal disease caused a lot of lost souls to gather in Filian's own Discord server known as the Snackers HQ, currently amassing almost 130,000 fans scattered across the entire globe. All of the stream's regulars were lovingly nicknamed as the Snackers, after Filian's unhealthy obsession with the aforementioned Welch's fruit snacks, and the Snacker hive mind is the cherry on top.
What is this? Filian, you have Trisomy 21L. Trisomy 21.
2024 level.
That elevates the stream to new heights. Armed with a deadly assortment of built-in tools to troll Filian during her live streams,
I don't want to stream anymore, dude!
tools such as being able to send text-to-speech in real time or play a soundbite of their choice. Their collective chatter hive mind never seemed to disappoint in bringing an extra layer of
Oh my god!
hilarity of their own, and their comedic timing during these bits would be soon known as legendary. As for the Snackers that are true to their color, bullying and humiliating Filian in one way or another is their second nature.
There's no way, dude. There's no way. Yes.
Combined with the fact that Filian always leaned heavily into these types of jokes made at her expense, she made sure to give plenty of opportunities for her audience that were simply too good to pass.
Oh no, Chad, touch my toes! Haha, haha, you're so funny, dude.
As such, self-deprecating humor became another hallmark of her streams.
What? Tiny Pepe laugh! What does that mean?
To the average tourist viewer, this kind of excessive negative treatment for the poor cat girl might seem like insufferable, pointless cruelty and torture. That's because it is.
Ban Pepe laugh when she gets back. Whatever, dude.
But a hidden virtue deep within every snacker shields them from the terrible fate of those driven purely by malice and hatred. In the lowest depths of the streaming hells, there stands a tall and thick and magical wall, invisible to the untrained tourist eye. A wall that divides Filian and her community from being one with the ever thrill-seeking mass of soulless eldritch evil, the lost and damned of the streaming world. A wall of Wholesome, a wall so strong that it instantly vaporizes every malicious regard hell-bent on spreading misery and destruction, even at the expense of their streamer's well-being. As deep beneath the rugged, tough skin, every snacker has a radiant heart of gold that truly beats for their beloved flipping anime catgirl, providing her with a constant flow of warmth, support, and love in times of need.
Thank you guys so much! Like, for real, dude, I can't even thank you guys fast enough, man. These donations are going to, like, literally help people. Like, like, it might literally save someone's life. It's effing insane. Thank you guys. For real.
This kind and empathetic aspect of the community is an extremely rare sight, often shown during the few instances throughout Filian's career where she let her emotions through and broke character. Either by her reacting strongly to something happening unexpectedly, like her crashing her charity stream goal in minutes of stream start, or...
Wait, chat! Is now a time for a sad story? I was contacted, on a serious note, I was contacted by Make-A-Wish. There's someone that apparently wanted me as their Make-A-Wish. And I was so overjoyed, bro. I messaged them back and I said, sir, I'd love more information. So I thought it was really sick. The issue is that, the person in charge of it, they didn't see my response for like a month. So when they finally messaged me back, they said, oh bro, this is actually really sad. I actually cried. They said she was no longer with us. And I bawled my eyes out. I never got to actually say hi to her or anything, so. But I'm gonna do it eventually, chat. I will make it happen. I will. If anyone ever requests me, I'll be effing ready for it. On the spot, you have me hear me?
Another case where the supportive side of chat takes over and shines bright for Phil is whenever she considers doing something dangerous on stream and everyone is suddenly on the same page to try and talk her out of it. All of these moments where Filian's community really shows genuine care and affection for her are prime reasons what makes being part of the Snackers crew so great. While the stream's main focus was definitely pure raw entertainment, these few exceptionally memorable moments only add to her overall charm and, in my opinion, are a fair testament to what kind of person Filian is outside of her goofy, white-haired catgirl character.
Everyone calm down. Thank you for the award. I really like it.
The year 2023 also set the stage for the biggest and most ambitious project Filian faced so far, being the host of her own VTuber Awards show. All of Filian's worries and usual tech difficulties seemed to magically disappear for this occasion, and the show was received very positively across the entire VTuber community. This success also sparked a new fire inside of Filian, a desire to use her brand and her influence to grow not only her own platform as a creator, but also grow the general VTubing niche as a whole. By 2024, Filian was already a full-blown worldwide phenomenon with the status of an idol, a feat many independent VTubers could only dream of. There were tons and tons of hand-drawn art being made daily, merchandise in any shape or form known to man crafted in bulk quantity. Filian Dakimakuras, Filian plushies, Filian stickers, you name it, you got it.
Are you guys acting like, no!
It seemed like every con on the planet was filled with people cosplaying as their favorite catgirl. Everyone wanted to be Filian. The Filian craze was so real, even her editor, Suika, fell for it. And oh boy, maybe he fell a little too hard. This year also brought another expansion to her already blooming empire in the form of her own clipping Discord. The premise was simple, to create a community revolving around clipping Filian's stream and getting paid for it, based on the views you bring to the table. While the idea was initially met with some controversy by the mightily unemployed part of the internet called Reddit, stating that, quote, Filian is promoting slave labor. In reality, it was a golden opportunity for aspiring editors and content creators to work closely with an already massively successful streamer. With the guidance of both Filian and Suika,
some of the chuckers, holy frick, there's a lot of clippers. God dang.
a whole army of talented clippers surfaced seemingly overnight, some of their most popular clip channels hitting over 100k subscribers each across a really short span of 2 years. Since its inception, the Clipper Court has also brought in a whopping 1 billion views across all social media platforms as a collective. So how is it possible that an online personality with such a level of success, a streamer with an undoubtedly undying passion for her craft, just vanished overnight with just a brief goodbye to our audience. Did she really call it quits and retire atop her fat stacks of hard-earned money? Time to explore all of the craziest theories the fans came up with. Let's gather and go through every piece of evidence and clues Filian left us before her leave of absence. I won't cover the ARG in great detail, since there are many much better documented videos on this subject than mine, plus this video is already way longer than I ever supposed it would be. But I will say that it is still the biggest piece of the puzzle, that spans across multiple media, with snackers tirelessly brainstorming to get any bit of fresh information out there. From the cryptic link left at the end of the last Filian stream, we've been left with a task of exploring and figuring out a whole dedicated hardcore Minecraft server, where each person only gets one life to push the story further before they're gone. Gone forever. To make things much worse, Filian's fading YouTube profile picture put an additional sense of urgency on solving the matter, and the pressure of time set a lot of the Sherlocks passionate about solving the ARG on edge. Stress, anxiety and uncertainty have all been everyday companions for pretty much everyone even slightly concerned with the missing cat girl. But the lure of the unsolved mystery is simply too strong to ignore. With the inception of the Filianislost website, Filian fans worldwide have been given an opportunity to create art and draw together on one canvas. And draw they did, oblivious to the fact that this drawing board would soon be displayed on one of the world's most viewed screens on the constantly busy Shibuya crossing in Japan. From simple art to complex drawings involving multiple people, the canvas wasn't only a piece of digital paper to draw on, but an actual battleground with territory to claim and defend. And so, the website turned into yet another lively community of people brought together by Filian, all while being as away from things as she can possibly be. I'll try to go through every theory I could find, starting with the most unhinged, least plausible one, and ending with theories that seem most likely to be actually true. You know what they say, the candle that burns twice as bright burns half as long. Maybe we've all enjoyed our stay a little too much, and the parasocial bond we've all formed with Filian has been a little too hard on her daily cortisol levels. Maybe she simply had enough of the constant bullying and decided that it's time for at least a shred of self-respect to finally form. Maybe she's the one to blame, overworking herself like a maniac into a sudden and unexpected retirement. Maybe, just maybe, she actually took a little time off to enjoy the fortune she has acquired, if only just for a bit. After all, we all deserve a break every once in a while, right? Wrong. According to some fans at least, being a female VTuber that goes away for undisclosed reasons can mean only one thing. Filian got pregante. She got pregnant with her boyfriend. So worry not, as Filian will be back exactly 9 months after her departure, according to these individuals at least. In Mother Nature we trust. And in Mother Filian, I suppose. Regardless of whether this theory is true or not, thankfully the artists have not been slacking producing quality art to go with this one. Another popular theory is that Filian has some sort of legal problems due to using a public model for such a long time. While there are some pretty good arguments for this one, it wouldn't make sense for her to private all of her YouTube videos, since she could surely use the extra funds to sponsor the legal battle ahead. Any sort of copyright or licensing issues would also most likely mean informing all of the clippers and editors working for Filian about what's going on. Some of the more plausible theories, and ones I also personally believe in, is that she's both preparing a new VTuber model as well as opening a brand new VTuber agency. An endeavor of this scope could very possibly mean actual months of hard work away from the public eye, and it would make a lot of sense considering how great Filian is at networking with other VTubers. This would also be a direct continuation to what Filian has already started with the VTuber Awards, in the sense of bringing VTubers closer together. While some of the snackers like to joke around that Filian actually got deported, I think it's safe to say she's preparing for something big. Something that's possibly her greatest and most ambitious project yet. A project far beyond what she imagined possible when she started out entertaining people online way back in 2021. Considering the fact that clippers are still relentlessly scrubbing through ancient VODs, still posting frequently to this day, artists still creating amazing art in the hopes of luring Filian out of hiding, it would be far from truth to say everyone has already moved on. Some snackers believe solving the ARG will finally bring her back, but personally, I think only time will tell what she has really been occupied with. So be patient. Enjoy the brief moment of silence from her streams and the fact that so much is still going on. All of the content that's been made and is still being made regarding her disappearance. For it truly takes a special kind of person to get this kind of heartwarming attention in the streaming world. My personal story with Filian is that, if not for her, chances are I would never get back into editing videos for YouTube. Something which I have always regretted abandoning over a decade ago. So in that sense, I will always see her not only as one of my favorite content creators of all time, but also a kind human being. Her passion for streaming was apparent from the very first Clipper meeting we had, and every subsequent encounter and small talk, she showed genuine interest and care in giving me the best possible advice in becoming a decent editor. She didn't have to divert her attention from a ridiculously busy schedule to spend time with her Clippers and give her first-hand opinions and cheer for every little victory we had. But she did, and that matters a whole lot. And despite being very down-to-earth and light-hearted, the ever-present booming bright aura around her might be a small hint as to what sort of heart and soul truly is the driving force behind Filian. Being able to produce this short video on my own is a dream come true, and I hope the work put into the project can be treated as some kind of small token of appreciation. Appreciation for the time and trust put into me not only by Filian, but also all the many friends I met along the way. Endless gratitude and thank yous in no particular order too. Suika, Shadow, Codes, Bella, Nexys, Tubes, Pixel, Swifty, Mycar, Anijaya, Able, DM, Joker, _JD, Cheddering, Dam Davis, Togatical, Luminous Red, Argan, Chirno, Meditor, Antuber, Jtor, Zipakna, Herba, ATM, Sachan, Noxy, Mia, and all of the Miois, and last but not least, a warm hug for Sing Sing Sing, my one dedicated hater I couldn't miss for the world.
The disrespect is insane.